Hello.
You to press it on as well.
Here?
Yeah.
Intermission.
No intermission. I cannot see from here.
Vertical scene.
Yes.
Hey, so thank you. Hello and welcome to my live series, Influencer Business Class. It is this series where I am gonna teach you how to become the influencer of your own business. And finally, after a few days, today we are starting the live with actually on time. Please let me know here in the comments if you actually can hear me well, because I'm holding my microphone a bit away. Suiso, can you help me with the comments? Where do I find the comments up? Yes.
Oh no.
Instagram? Oh, here. Hey, Deborah, can you please let me know if you can hear me?
It's Instagram.
I can actually look on Instagram itself.
Is this what you want?
No. It's okay.
Yeah.
Found it?
It's here.
Okay. I hear you well. Great. I can also see the comments as well now. Thank you, Suk. Thank you, everyone. Thank you for your patience. We are learning. We are going to get there. Today, the topic of our conversation, it's something that actually was a big learning experience for me not long ago, that I wanted to share with you how I started overcoming this challenge, which is the balancing personal life and your business. Is it possible? Right? Because when we are too focused on our business, we tend to overwork. And that is not ideal now, is it? So today we're going to talk about it while I try something also very new, which is putting makeup on while I make a video. I don't know, I probably don't have a future as a makeup influencer, but we'll try it anyway. Today I just arrived in Borlänge, which is a city about 2 hours-ish with the train from Stockholm. I arrived here about an hour-ish ago as well, and we are here for the weekend. Well, tomorrow you should watch my stories to see our adventures, but we are here to spend the weekend together. And it was actually an interesting moment. That's why also I chose the topic of this live streaming today, because many women, they tend to think it's one thing or the other. It's either family, friends, life, and less business, or you focus on your business and let the personal life a bit imbalanced. But how is it possible? How can we manage to have more balance and live more than just work? Here's the question. Actually, it's also an utopia, right? People think that women should be super Wonder Woman, have like magic powers and be able to do it all. But breaking it down to you, that's not what I'm gonna do today. You should not try to do it all, because nobody can do it all alone. And that's actually one of the big learnings of some events that happened to my life not long ago. That's why I want to share with you. So basically, in 2018, I started a business in Sweden, which was my travel agency. My travel agency, I can tell it with pride, was a success from the beginning. And why? Because I have built influence as a travel influencer for many years. So when I started selling my services, like transfer tours and trips packages in Scandinavia for my clients, they were ready to buy from me because they already trusted my work. They had seen me working in the travel industry for many years before I started selling the actual services to them. So it was natural. And to be honest, I had clients from the first moment I started marketing the services, which is something very difficult usually to accomplish as a startup, as a just new open business. And my agency was fully booked from the beginning. I didn't have issues with getting new clients or anything. But at the same time, I was, living that moment where everything started working. I was doing also well with my travel influencer opportunities, traveling a lot around the globe. My clients, as I mentioned the other day, they prefer to do the tours and have the services by me, even if I was charging more, if they prefer to do the tours with me. Why? Because of this, right? They build trust. When they travel, they want to feel safe. And because they had this feeling that they already knew me, they wanted to do the tours with me. So imagine, I was doing the marketing of my business. I barely had an accountant. I was taking care of my daughter. As I said, I just became a solo mom in 2018 as well. And I was doing the influencer business, creating the content. So I was doing it all. But you managed to do it all. Did I by the end? To be honest, 2019, there was a day, actually a few days, I was invited to events. I was a speaker in the Brazilian embassy. I was doing a lot of, I had a lot of invitations. I was organizing an event for bloggers in Stockholm. Besides all that, like I was doing everything. And I started feeling like a crazy headache for like 2-3 days. And I was like, oh, maybe it's just because I haven't eaten well. Maybe it's just because I'm about to get my period. Okay, maybe I just need to take Alvedon and rest. Take a paracetamol and rest. And that's what I did. And just ignored that symptom. And then on the way to a guided tour to meet clients, I felt really bad. Really bad. That day I woke up, I took a paracetamol, ate a banana as breakfast, and I was already on my way in the morning when I felt really, really bad. I needed to go to leave the tram and call the 1177, so not the emergency services, but I needed to call the doctors. And they said if I could give me the address, like if I was well enough to name the address where I was, because the symptoms I had was not like promising any good. And so they sent an ambulance for me. I needed to cancel my tour that day. And what happened is that I spent 24 hours in a hospital to find out that I had a burnout. Until they did all the tests, that's why it took very long. They did, of course, pregnancy tests. They did, many tests. Even that test that you scan your head, because they thought I had a tumor in my brain because of the symptoms. And the doctor by then said to me, this way you're gonna kill yourself. Yes, That's how I found out I had a burnout. But do you think I took a vacation or I took some time to rest? I did. I thought, it's almost weekend. I'm going to take 2 days to just relax and rest, and I'll be good next week. Fine. And that's what I did. That's when it started to things going down the road, because I couldn't sleep more than 2 hours a night. And I was still like in that crazy pace that I don't recommend anyone. So the pandemic came, and of course, those who work in most industry, but especially the tourism industry, was really, really affected. So was my agency, of course. And I couldn't receive any clients in Sweden. So at that time, I was studying. And then it was when I could actually rest more, because I didn't have all those clients and I couldn't travel as much. And that gave me a kind of a break. Then, during the pandemic, in the beginning of the pandemic, this is a secret, don't tell Suizo. Nothing. During the beginning of the pandemic, I started dating, dating a business owner. He's the CEO of a sports company. He was organizing some things for the Olympics Games, but he lives in the Netherlands. He is like a very busy guy, a lot of people working for him, this crazy life as a CEO. And I remember when I started seeing, he was here and then he came again here, and then he asked if I wanted to visit him in the Netherlands. Okay, I went there. But what was very surprising at the time is that when I said, okay, I can go visit you and here is the dates I can travel, he said, okay, I will put you in contact with my assistant so she can plan the trip. Yes. First, I thought it to be so random and weird. Like, now I'm talking to someone that I never heard of, and she is like getting my details and like planning a trip for me. It was a bit awkward. But then I thought, when I talked to him about it, he said, why would I spend my time planning things like booking a restaurant, booking a flight, when I can delegate and focus on something else? And then it was when it shifted. As soon as I started building my second business, first thing I did was to hire an assistant. And it was one of the best decisions ever. There are, you don't need, actually, it depends on your demand. You don't need to actually hire someone full-time, right? So you can hire a virtual assistant that will cost you less, so you don't need to hire a person like for a full salary and all that in Sweden, if you don't have that possibility yet. But my first learning with all this situation was exactly this. Learn how to delegate. Delegate is the key for success if you want to grow your business. Because if you are doing everything by yourself, do you understand that you're not going to focus on what only you can do? And it's not very productive by the end, because you need to divide your time in all those tasks that we all have. You need to take care of the house, the kids, the relationships, the friends, family, the business, clean your house, wash your clothes, make food, clean the dishes. When do you actually have time to focus on building your business? Ask yourself this question. So one of the first recommendations And actually, this is not even like I want to give you advice and tell you that I know everything, because that's also not true. But one thing I have learned is like how delegating is so essential, especially as women, because people, the society, they expect so much of us. Everything, it's like we need to look presentable all the time. Look at me here, preparing to go out for dinner, putting makeup on, but I wouldn't come here and go live if I was not already presentable, for example. So how can you manage all that and be the person always without support? And support, I mean, someone that can also, I don't know, once a week, once every second week, clean your apartment, your house. Or every now and then pick up your kids in school and bring them to an activity. You know, you don't need to start big. And another thing that I think it's actually very useful when you start delegating. I'm thinking here what I need to do next for my makeup. When you start delegating, it's actually you're gonna learn how to manage people. There is also another thing, right? How are you gonna be like, how are you going to have a bigger company if you don't delegate? Tell me. Or if you don't know how to manage people, sorry, I need to take a break. It was a bad idea. I hope it worked. Did it work? So, actually, another important skill of a successful business owner is people's management. So how are you gonna learn your management style if you don't manage anything, right? And I'm not saying you're already managing a lot of things. You are managing your family, usually your house, but start like with this process. In Sweden, it's very, I don't think it's only in Sweden, but it is difficult to find someone that you're gonna really trust and like this style. They clean your place. It's very private, right? And you let someone in your place and you want them to be able to do things the way you would, but also you don't want to micromanage them because of course they don't know how you do things. And that's a very, very important learning lesson when you start learning how to manage people. But in a good way, being a good leader, being understanding, but also getting things done the way you would like them to be done. It takes some time. Like when we were looking for, we had a person that was incredible. She's from Georgia, but then like 1.5 years ago, she left. And then I was searching for a new person that was as good as her for more than a year. Now I have. But it was not an easy task because you want, like I have some specific things. One of them is I want to be able to talk in the same language as the person. I'm not expecting that everyone can English or Swedish but it's important that at least one language in common, and I speak 4, because by then I want to be able to have a fika with the person and get to know her. And for me, it's very important to be close to the people that work, especially working in my place, right? And it's not an easy thing to find, unfortunately. And why I say that? Because the key for you to have more time to make your business grow and stop this hustle all the time, that you are busy all the time, tired all the time, and don't feel that you have time for your family or for your business, that you always need to choose. You must delegate. That is like something very important. Okay? And other thing, I think it's gonna be probably my last one for today is Friday, right? We want it to be easy. I'm just gonna put my mascara here and let's talk about saying no. If you actually want to have a better work-life balance, you need to start learning saying no, choosing the tables you sit at, and what I mean with learning the tables you are sitting at. Choosing the people you are sharing your time with wisely, because we all have only 24 hours in our lives. That is for my daughter, that is for a baby, that's for the King of England, that's for us, anyone. So we need to prioritize. How are we going to spend this time? Because we all need to sleep 8 hours, so 8 hours are gone. We have to work. Some of us is working and building a business. And then we have all these things to manage. So you need to start learning how to say no. It's a difficult thing because we want to be pleasing other people. We are afraid of saying no. We are scared of hurting other people's feelings. But remember, every time you are saying yes to something, you are saying also no to something that might be even more important to you. So think about it. When you say your yeses or your nos, just think, is this helping me towards my goals? Or is it actually just wasting my time? And I'm talking about wasting your time, like spending a good weekend, a month or whatever, traveling or with your friends and family. It's amazing because it's probably giving you energy and inspiration for you to build your business. But sometimes you're doing it just for pleasing other people and not because you want to. I think my makeup is looking good and I did it live. Okay, my skin was already prepared, but look at this. I think I am, if nothing goes well, I'm becoming a makeup influencer. And that you can write down. Look, it's kind of good. I like it. The way I usually do every day. I told you, it's very easy. Actually, I'm gonna give you a surprise on my... Oh, this is amazing. How do you call that? Perfume. It's an oil perfume I brought from Dubai. Oh my god, this is so delicious. You have seen me wearing it on my Instagram stories. I wear it to go out, but also to go to bed after I take a shower. It's so nice. So every time you're saying yes to something, you're saying no to something else. You are going to need to learn how to prioritize. And the priority should be always you and your goals. And you can ask yourself, is this giving me energy, helping me towards my goal? Or is it just like I'm doing it for someone else and it's gonna like waste my time? Because even if it's 1 hour or two, it's 1 hour or two that you could be investing in learning something for your business, investing in something for your business, delegating for your business. So just think and say your yes with wisdom. One thing that was very difficult for me in the recent times was stopping to meet with people that was not bringing me energy. And it takes a lot of effort to start saying no's and to get yourself away. But it was only then when I started to having more time to build all the things that I want to build in my business, while I was invested in some dramas, in some situations where I didn't feel I belong, but still I was having this sense, okay, but I know this person for so long time and we have... Stop. We don't have the eternity to live our lives and achieve the things we are dreaming of. So we need to prioritize. And I think like it's a bit harsh when I say that, but that is it. Today was more like friendly chat, a short one. But I wanted just to have this conversation, like while I'm here. Actually, I was going to do my makeup anyway, talking or not talking. So that's something that I take time for myself every day. It's something that I say yes, because I feel well when I sit the moment I'm putting makeup and making myself ready for my day, and also when I do my skincare every evening. So those are 10-15 minutes that I invest in myself to make me feel well. So today I spent that time preparing for dinner with you and talking about work-life balance. You can achieve balance, whatever balance means to you. Of course, sometimes we are investing more in our family when the kids are on holidays, it's fine. But then you build a way that when they are on school, you can actually invest your time on building your business and not compromise the time you can have with them later, like in the evenings or after they get from school. But this, it's only achievable if you start letting go of control, of wanting to do everything by yourself. I hear some women, I have talking to some entrepreneurs that they are, but I don't let my husband fold the clothes because I like the way I fold my clothes. Okay, then you spend 2 hours with your clothes while your business is waiting for you. Delegate things, start letting things go. Don't be so like trying to control everything and do everything. You are not an octopus who have like so many hands and arms to do all of the things at once. You don't have all the time in the world, unfortunately. We all have the same 24 hours. So choose well, delegate, prioritize, choose the tables you sit. Just start connecting with people that are actually in the same page as you, trying to lift other women entrepreneurs, instead of these groups of people that sometimes just pushing you down or pulling you down. Sorry, my Portuguese. In Portuguese is a fun fact. Portuguese, push means pull. So in my head, when I say push, it's always pull. Because the word, it's written different, but it says the same. Anyway, dragging you down. Just see if the places you are, the relationships you are not dragging you down instead of lifting you up, and choose your tables. Prioritize your yes. Learn how to say no. And when you say no, feel confident about it, that you are putting yourself first. It's okay to put yourself first. And the key thing is delegate. I actually am planning to make a reels or a post about crazy things that I delegate to my assistant. I think you guys are gonna have fun about it, but I will think if I'm gonna do it or not. Now, let me say goodbye to you for today. I hope you have a nice evening, a nice Friday, a nice weekend. Stay tuned to my stories to see what we are up to this weekend. And I'll be back live on Monday. Thank you so much for watching. See you. Bye bye.